All right, we're back in action. Probably a new video at this point, but we are back here working on the engine. Today's goal, we're gonna get the exhaust manifolds on it, get the turbo on, I believe, and then also try and mount the lower intake manifold. And then I need to put the harmonic balancer on it and really just start buttoning it up. We may be able to set it in the car if I can get to work here. So just gonna keep on moving. So we got the manifolds all cleaned up, checked, and the flanges are nice and straight still, so no warping there. Getting the head just quickly cleaned up here, and yeah, throw these babies on. All right, so we got this manifold all prepped up and cleaned. Gonna put some silicone on it, mount it on the engine, looking pretty good. I'm gonna need to take the old turbo off and then get the new turbo onto the flange here, and then we'll do the same thing to that one. It's already pretty cleaned up, and we'll throw it on the other side. And then we will move on to getting the lower intake on. So we got these started, got it just kind of snugged up, and we're gonna let that sit for an hour. Got the heater in here, so it should cure up pretty good. Now I'm gonna work on getting this turbo off of the manifold. This is pretty clean, but I just gotta swap the new turbo on there, get all the gaskets, get that surface clean, and then we will do the same thing over to this side. All right, got this off. Man alive, getting this oil drain hose out was a pain in the neck. It completely ripped here when I was trying to pull it off. Ben must have it over here. I'm gonna use a damn... Gotta cut the hose off the drain. The old on 3 served me a good couple years. It's got just like it's honestly got like 0 play, which is sweet. Hasn't touched the sides or anything. So, you know, if you're looking at these on 3 turbos, I think they're pretty good for the price. Nice all-in-one package. But yeah, we're gonna take this off. We're gonna clean up this flange and then clean up that flange. Let's set the torch down. Go grab the new turbo, and we're gonna slap her on here after it gets cleaned up. Gosh, that hose. Look at this, it just turned into like hard plastic, which makes sense because this gets super hot, but I mean, we were picking it apart. It is nasty stuff. So gonna clean up here and reset. Wow. All right, we got the little workshop going, but outside, oh boy, we got some snow, guys. It's gonna be a fun drive home. Got some work to do. What a unit. We got the billet wheel on the VS Racing 78. Damn. All right, got to get this clocked up, ready to go here. Sweet, that's done. We are gonna throw the oil drain, make sure it's the same size and everything, back onto the turbo here, and then we can mount it onto the car. Alright, so we got a nice goop around all the holes here. I'm gonna have Ben hold this up so we can start some bolts and get this thing mounted to the other side. Alright. We got the driver's side, or passenger side manifold mounted. This thing is out of control cool. We gotta clean up this lower intake for the Edelbrock and take this Trickflow one off, and then we'll slide this one on. We'll get the fuel rails, injectors, get all those in, and yeah, move on to the balancer after that. All right, so now we got the intake on the bench. I'm gonna pull these injectors out. All right, now I'm gonna work on getting these cleaned up, and that way we can regoop the ends and get this thing mounted on the motor. I'm not entirely sure where we left off, but I'm starting to mock up some of the fittings here. We found out that using these fuel rails with a standard distributor will not work. So we're pretty sure I need to go to a Holley dual sync distributor. Unfortunately, they are not cheap. So, but we need it to finish what we got going on here. So the good news though is that everything else should be good. We got the injectors in. Ben found our little adapter harness, guys. Turbo is mounted. Got the crossover pipe. I'm gonna come back with the right tool to press that on nice and easy. I know people use the crank bolt, but I'm just not really wanting to do that. So we'll get the little tool, rent it, do whatever, and install that. But otherwise, this thing is looking good. I'm gonna end up taking this throttle body off here and put on the AccuFab when I come back, but it's getting closer to 8 o'clock here on Sunday and I got work tomorrow. But otherwise, this thing is sick. So pretty pumped. That'll be it for what we got going on now, and I'll come back sometime this week, I'm sure, to keep on moving on this thing. Just got to get the water pump on. I want to get the crank pulley on, and then we're gonna set it into the car and yeah, just start chipping away at it.
A few moments later.
All right, we are back here this evening, busting some stuff out. So I got the ball joints torqued, I got the control arms torqued, I got the strut torqued, we got the brakes all bled, wheels are back on the car here, and we got the axle nuts torqued. I think, I guess not axle nuts, but the hub nuts go to 200 foot-pounds there. Things are looking good. These are old, literally probably have 3,000 miles on them. Nice Dash 6 fuel lines. I guess we'll keep those around just in case we upgrade Roxy or really any other car that needs it, because they're really good fuel lines. But yeah, we're gonna probably work on dropping the tank and getting the new BBRC. For those of you who don't know what performance looks like, we got the behind bars, race cars, fully fabricated, brand new fuel tank. This thing is gorgeous. We got some straps. Got to bend those, make those work. Woo, baby. This thing's nasty. Ready for E85. We got a Magnafuel 750. Pretty much a drop-in replacement for the Cobra Jet, Copo Camaros, any of the high-performance pro stock cars use them. So we're running Dash 10 feed and return lines, because this thing's gonna be thirsty and needing some fuel. So we're gonna probably just work on dropping the tank here and knock this, start to get the fuel system going. But tomorrow morning I'm gonna come out here pretty early. We're gonna roll the car out and put the motor on the picker and drop it in the car. There's a few little button-up stuff. Got to put the water pump on and some other things. Got to set it in the car and then really start buttoning things up. I got to recenter the bell housing, put the clutch on, all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, we are making some pretty decent progress here. So we got the ATI super damper and the water pump installed here. We went ahead and put the alternator bracket on as well. I still got to pull the damper onto the crank, but it is mounted to the hub at least, so that's good. Guys, we are making some serious progress. We got the dang engine in the car. Immediately put it back on the rack and took it back up because I really wanted to see how many offset the bell housing would be, just in case I needed to use some offset dowel pins like I did on the stock engine. But Ben and I just got done measuring the run out on the dart block here, and we had a 2/1000 high point, and by the time when you come over to 180 degrees from there, it was only, I think, 1,000th difference. I think it might have been a negative, or it was actually square, like 0 over here. And so it raises to, 2,000ths. 1,000th run out is going to be just fine. So the clutch is ready to go on. Then we can start putting everything back together as far as the transmission and stuff. And then once that's kind of put back together, we're kind of getting into button-up mode. Obviously, the fuel system's kind of the last big project we got here, and we'll get to that here next probably time or two that I'm over here next week sometime. But got a party to go to, gonna get wrapped up. But this is the glimpse of the old Enebo Racing dart block in its home, ready to rip, or as Doug put it, it's in her office. And yeah, this thing's gonna be a screamer. Look at this thing. It is so clean. Valve covers look great. Motor's in, bell housing all indexed, no run out. It is perfect. So next time we come out, we're gonna throw the clutch in, kind of start putting this thing back together. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for that one. Got the engine a little bit more put together. The next kind of stages are really going to be just buttoning it up. The fuel system is coming up next. That was a pretty good project. We got some really nice fuel lines that we got to make and install, and you'll see that in this next video. But otherwise, we're going to keep this series moving. Motor's coming together great, and can't wait to share some of the racing action that's to follow this. So we're just pushing away. Make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay ripping.